I want the best of the best, and I will make sure you are the best at what you're supposed to be doing, and I know exactly how to do it. I have 100% success rate. I guarantee the results inside of my programs. This will make you the person you came here to be, the soul you came here to express to the world. And when you're tapped in psychically at all times, you're receiving beyond what the physical body can receive. That's your truth. I want you to be the most amazing psychic ever. Inside of my Master Healer program, I teach you how to truly understand and read the energetics of the body. There is nothing, and I've heard people say the opposite of this, which tells me they don't understand energetics. There is nothing going on in your physical body with your health, whether we're talking about mental, emotional, physical, diseases, accidents. Nothing happens to the human that wasn't created in an energetics first and can't be healed with energetics. There's nothing. And the only path to true healing is through understanding and learning how to work with energetics and being able to heal on that soul, energetic, multidimensional level. That's what I teach inside of Master Healer. I've healed people in the physical realm. Autoimmune disorders, diseases, breaks, blindness, death, you name it, I have healed it with no medical intervention at all. I teach people how to do that, and on all different levels, depending on what you're supposed to be doing. I don't just randomly teach everybody everything. Based on whatever you're here to do, I can teach you how to do that. But in the Master Healer is a 6-month course. It is very in-depth. You have a lot of practicals, a lot of lessons, a lot of coaching, mentorship. It is all inclusive. You actually will have to show me that you can move energetics. We will process that. And not because I'm evaluating you, because I'm like, oh, can she move energetics? Not because of that, but because lots of people will say, oh, I'm sending you love. Very few people can actually connect with the energetics of love and send it from one place to the next. They just can't. For one, their hearts are closed down, so they're not connecting to love. For two, they don't actually know what it even feels like to connect with true energetics and then to be able to move energetics from point A to point B. I see this a lot. It's partially why you struggle to manifest, because you're not connecting with energetics the right way. It's one of the reasons. So Master Healer teaches you how to actually do that. And I walk you through the path to make sure you know exactly what you're doing, so you're accurate, so you get amazing results, and so you become in that sense, the healer and the energy worker that you came here to be. You can step into that leadership role. In the Shift is another 6-month program. The Shift is my Psychic Foundations program. It is absolutely necessary for all psychics to either understand the stuff that I teach in the Shift, because I have people who are super accurate. They can connect with guides. They can give their clients great information. They can do this, they can do that, but they do not understand the foundations of what I teach in the Shift, and they will never be able to reach that mastery level without them. The foundations that's inside the Shift gives you the opportunity to reach that master level once those are embodied and understand, and that is the foundation we build off of. That is, again, a 6-month program. Again, you have personal time with me on all of our group calls. I address everybody and I help everybody individually. There's not a time. I know other people's calls or group calls or even masterminds, they're like, oh, well, I helped 2 clients in this mastermind and you just have to learn from other people's questions and stuff. That's not how I work. I answer every single question that you have, every single individual. We also have Voxer, and we do practicals. So I test your psychic abilities. I want the best of the best, and I will make sure you are the best at what you're supposed to be doing. And I know exactly how to do it because of my level of being able to connect with energetics and my purpose here of being able to bring out and help you remember exactly what you came here to do. And that calling is coming forward right now for so many people. And then we have the Master Psychic Mastermind. It is a 12-month commitment. I have multiple people who are doing their second 12 months within inside that mastermind because it is that good. It is so good. And this is where you learn your modality. You really master that modality. You connect to different consciousnesses. You connect to different clusters, different collectives. We look at different timelines. We work with scrolls and contracts and vows. We work with past life, future life. We work with entities on a level. There's nothing we don't do. We recode. You do DNA activations, everything, everything. And that's just a small part of it. We look at the way that energy moves through the body. We look at reading fate versus destiny. We look at all of these things and then some. And this is very intense. We meet at least 6 times a month. We also look at your business, because if you're going to be a psychic, we also want to be incorporating that psychic abilities into your business. So we cover every area of life inside of the Master Psychic Mastermind. So we have separate business calls. We'll have separate coaching calls. There are pre-recorded lessons inside of all of my programs. This frees me up to teach new things, as well as to work even more closely with you. And so I'm teaching new things inside of the Master Psychic after I taught at least twice a month, sometimes 3 times a month for an entire year. That's how many lessons are in there. It's a ridiculous amount. I still have more things to teach. That's how much stuff is in there. It's huge. It's huge. And you get one-on-one time. We also do a retreat if you want to invest in that. We do a retreat, which is absolutely phenomenal. And that is very intense. You also get access to all of my other programs, not the shift, but you get access to the Master Healer. You get access to a brand new program that I'm launching in around March or April of 2025 called The Channel. You get access to the Psychic Parents. I give people access to Pure Power. Whatever you need, I give you access to that. I make sure you know exactly how to do things. And there are prerequisites for every single one of my course that I walk you through once you invest in it. There are prerequisites, courses you have to take before we start the actual course. All of these, I stand behind every single thing I teach. I have 100% success rate. I guarantee the results inside of my programs. I guarantee them because of the fact that I know exactly how to teach you. Now, if you just don't show up to the calls and you don't do anything, I've never had anybody do that. Never, ever had anybody do that. So it also takes you through the deep healing. I help, it's a full human, full soul, full energetic embodiment in all of these courses. They are certification courses as well, which means what I teach, you get to teach. I teach you how to do this. I teach you things that I want the whole world to know. And many of my clients teach my way. Many of them do. Many of the psychic development stuff teach what I have taught them, because this is how the world is supposed to do it. All of these programs in Mastermind are all open for enrollment. The Master Psychic is ongoing. So the Master Psychic, you could join today and get right into all the things that we're talking about. It's consistently going. This is how I'm able to work with you individually and say, this is where you're at. Hey, do this. And I really do tailor it. In every single thing that we do, I tailor it to the specific person. I show you where to go, what to look at. And the Master Healer, as well as the Shift, are starting in January of 2025. They are open for enrollment. They are a limited number of people because of how much one-on-one attention you get. So it absolutely is limited. All of them are at the lowest price they will be. They will not go lower, and all the prices are raising on November 30th. The Master Psychic is an $18,000 investment. You can pay in full, you can pay in payments, you could pay monthly, pay however you want to pay, as long as it's paid by the end of the year. After the new year, it is going up to $25,000 investment. The Shift right now is $7,777. It is going up to $8,000. It will top off at $11,000. The Master Healer right now is $8,000. It will top off at $11,000 as well. So if you are interested in any of these, reach out to me. I'm going to drop links inside the group. This will make you the person you came here to be, the soul you came here to express to the world, and the psychic. There's no doubt. There's nobody in this entire world, I guarantee it, that can help you become a better psychic, a more powerful energy worker than I can. Nobody can do what I do. Nobody. I help people who have been psychic for years, who are famous. They come to me to learn how to do it. So if this is your calling, if you know you're supposed to be a global leader, that you are supposed to make an impact, you feel that calling, these are the programs that can show you exactly what to do. And I can also show you what you're supposed to do. My Soul Destiny sessions tell you exactly what you're here to do. I know a lot of psychics won't do that. They're like, it's not about me telling you what you're here to do. No, I do tell you what you're here to do, what that higher plan is, what the greatest expression of you is. I do channel the highest timeline, what your soul came here to do, because so many people get lost in the ego. They get lost in the energetics of what everybody else is doing. The other level that I have, if you're not ready for these big investments, I do have my Sovereign Psychic membership, which has little bits of all of this mixed in. There's probably right now, there's $50,000 worth of courses, worth of meditations, all the way from just like an awareness, working on your awareness, working on your energetics, starting to connect to your soul, all the way up to some really powerful psychic tools inside of that and psychic teachings, as well as business and empire growth. So there are energetic community, soul community, there is a psychic community, and there is a business community, and you have access to all of these. And that starts at $99 every month for your first 3 months, and then it goes up to $199, and it is a 3-month commitment. Inside of that, it's for new members only. So if you were a member and then you canceled, you cannot come back at the $99 a month. You have to come back at the $199. Okay, it's new members only. There are discounts for full year, which anyone could have. They even have current members. They were like, I want to secure it at a lower price. Can I pay the lower price for another extended year? And it just goes on top of when their year ends and more. Absolutely, you can do that. So if you have any questions about any of these, if you have any questions now, any questions about what I said in both of these masterclasses, please put them in the comments. You're also welcome to reach out to me. Like I said, they are on Black Friday special for right now, and there are a limited amount of spots, and the shift is filling up quite fast, actually, which is beautiful. So let me answer some of your guys' questions and read the comments. If you have any, please be sure to comment them down below. Let me see. Definitely up-leveling trust often. Yes, yes, yes. Scratch in the CDs. There's like 21 senses, not 5, that we have been taught. Amazing. This I have found for sure. Nice, nice. I have seen huge growth in myself by letting other modalities go. Yes. And I've seen that a lot of people will come to me because the modality that they learn, and no shade to those modalities, it's just if you look at the energetics, they're not there. If you can read energetics, they're just not there. And then if you actually look at it logically, some people who are doing certain modalities lead their entire life through ego. So how effective can their energy work actually be, even if we're just looking at it logically? But if you look at the energetics, they're just not there. Many people will come to me because they've been taught somebody else's modality and it just doesn't resonate with them. It doesn't resonate with them because they're not supposed to be using somebody else's modality. It's not how it's supposed to work. I do not teach you what I think you should know. I teach you what your soul needs to know, what's part of your blueprint in this life, what you're supposed to be doing, not what I want to teach you, or not what everybody else is doing, not what, society says is the most effective thing. Not at all. Teach you what your soul came here to do. I have my own modality waiting to be channeled. Yes, you do. But is it really mine if it only comes through when I'm connected psychically? Of course it's yours. So one of the things that we want to remember is that the true essence of who we are is psychic. The true essence of ourself is energetics. So remember, we are only here on this physical world for a short amount of time. And the whole essence, it's just a short amount of time. It's the physical body we shed to go back to our true self. When we tap into our psychic abilities, we immediately are connected to our true self, the self that never dies, the self that never goes away. The human goes away. So our job is to transcend the limitations of the physical body in order to be tapped in psychically at all times. And when you're tapped in psychically at all times, you're receiving beyond what the physical body can receive. That's your truth. That's the truth. And then your task is to be able to embody it here in the physical form using the body. Okay. We're transcending the physical body, not destroying it. So in this physical body, in this life right now, in a way in which people are going to be able to receive it, that's what we're tasked with. So we are absolutely the things that you can connect with psychically. You have to learn to hold them all the time and to be able to bring them into the physical in a way that is profoundly shifting for people and changes the way that they do things, because ultimately this physical body is only temporary. The essence of who we are, that psychic version, that energetic version of us, exists across all space and time, all lifetimes, all planes, everywhere. That's what we're supposed to be bringing into this life. How do you start to discover your own modality? By tapping into your soul, for sure. The soul has that information by removing the human blocks, by the path that I described in yesterday's call. That is how you begin to tap into it. Then when you learn how to truly connect and you're able to read your blueprint, you're able to connect with some of my psychics were able to tap into their modality when we access their conscious clusters, when we were accessing different realms that I had different lifetimes within, and they were bringing bits and pieces of that lifetime in together to this one. So it's through the channeling that you can access, and you should be shown your own modality. I also channel them for people inside my Soul Destiny sessions. I don't teach you how to use it or hold the energetics. So there's a difference between knowing what you're supposed to do and actually be able to hold the energetics and do it. My psychic development teaches you how to hold the energetics and do it, as well as if you're in my psychic development, I tell you what your modality is, what your special, even in the shift. You don't have to wait till the master psychic to learn that. We start it right away. But in the Soul Destiny session, I share with you. Discovering my modality in master psychic has been absolutely life-changing. Clients are seeing such deeper, faster results now. It's so fulfilling. I freaking love it. If autoimmune diseases and herniated spinal discs could be healed just energetically, that would be amazing. They can be. I've healed multiple people with autoimmune disorders. Actually working with a young child right now with an autoimmune disorder, and we are making drastic shifts. Like, the doctor said he wouldn't live beyond a couple of months. He just turned 3. And the way his body is shifting and changing is unbelievable. It's things that people said would never happen. My own son had an autoimmune disorder where he was going blind and he lost his vision in one eye. He has an implant in one eye and he can only see at a very specific distance. I pulled him away from the doctors when they told me that he was going to go blind in his second eye and there was nothing that they could do. They could just do another surgery. I cut off all medical support that he was getting because of my skills, because of my trust level. I am not saying that everybody should go do this by any means. Absolutely not. Always follow what your doctor says. That is absolutely what I preach. But I took this on myself. I healed my son. He was 13 when I took him away from the doctors to do this. He is 21. He never went blind. I stopped the blindness. We shifted the autoimmune disorder. He has no signs, no symptoms, nothing. I took him back to the doctor when he was 19. And the doctor was like, I don't know what you did, but you completely healed this. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. I'm a doctor. Don't tell me. And he's never had any medical intervention for it since. He's a gamer. And he every once in a while will come across somebody with this specific autoimmune disorder and autoimmune disorder response. And he will tell them, my mom can show my mom can heal you. You don't need to take all that medication and you don't need to go blind. It is the leading cause of blindness in children, what my son had. The leading cause of blindness. I stopped it with pure energetics, just energy. He did not take a medication at all. Nothing. He didn't even take a vitamin. Nothing. They absolutely can 100% be healed. I guarantee it. I personally had cancer. I healed that with energetics. I then was told a second time that the doctor saw cancer cells. I was like, how long do I have until I need to come in? And this was in 2021. And they told me I needed to come into the office within 4 weeks worth of time because they needed to do surgery. When I went back into the office, they could not find a single cancer cell. I didn't take a single medication for it. I used my energetics. Okay. It absolutely can be done. 100%. Could you please share the prerequisites before we make the investment? The prerequisites are courses that I need you to take that I give you once you invest. So you just have to there's no prerequisites as to ability wise. For the master psychic, there is. For the master psychic, I need you to be proficient in your psychic skills already. I need you to understand energetics and your psychic skills already. For the master psychic, the shift or the master healer, there are no prerequisites. There are lots of people who come into the shift and they're like, I'm not psychic at all. I don't know anything. You don't need to. And the master psychic, you do, or it can be very frustrating to you. You could probably learn it as we're going. For sure. And I do have one person right now in my master psychic mastermind who did not take the shift. I've worked with her privately a lot. I know what she can do. And she wanted to be in the master psychic and I threw her in. She does have things that she's like learning or embodying or looking at deeper. But everybody is in there. So it really does. The master psychic, you need to be a proficient psychic to join. Otherwise, they'll just get really frustrating. The other ones, there are no prerequisites. None. I give you the courses that you need to take that's going to help you to have success. You do them before we even start. So as soon as you join, in the next week, they'll be loaded up. You can start those, the pre-work before I jump in and start. And when you start the real group work, that's what I mean by prerequisites. I give you those. This is really bringing some beliefs to the surface that need to go regarding self-belief. Yes. Yes. And it should. Like this masterclass that I run, whenever I talk about stuff, it is to help you to shed the things that are keeping you from being successful. I would love to see every single person be so freaking successful in their psychic abilities. It's why I teach all the things that I do. I want you to be the most amazing psychic ever. I want you to be that. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But it can bring some self-doubt to the surface to clear. Are Soul Destiny sessions part of these programs or booked separately? Soul Destiny sessions are booked separately. They are big sessions. They start at $3,500. They are a 90-minute session followed by 2 weeks of Voxer and then a 1-hour session to follow up. But they're booked separately. They give you your whole entire blueprint for life. They're really big. They're really deep. They're super profound. But they're not included in these programs. They're different. Is frequency available in the Sovereign membership? It is. Frequency is both available. Frequency is my Foundations of Energetics course that I teach you about stuff. You don't have like the personal me making sure you're actually tuning into energetics correctly. But it is my foundational energetic course. And it is available both inside of the Sovereign Psychic as well as the Sovereign membership, as well as a standalone course. When every single one of the majority of my courses, not my masterminds and not my certification courses, everything else is in the Sovereign membership. Everything is, aside from my psychic development and certification courses in masterminds. Although this year I am going to put some masterminds in there, masterminds that I've already done. I'm going to stick the replays in there. So I will be putting them. A great example of that is Pure Power. Pure Power was a mastermind, and I will be sticking the teachings from Pure Power into the Sovereign membership. But it's self-study. Sovereign membership, for the most part, is all self-study. Can you heal organs like kidneys? Absolutely, girl. Absolutely. You can heal bones. I broke my foot and I broke it bad. And I broke it on a Friday. By Monday, I was back in the gym. And I remember I saw a PT and she was like, I cannot even believe. Like, I saw her the first day I did it. And then I saw her when I was back in the gym on Monday. I was still limping around a little bit on Monday. Tuesday, by the end of the week, I was absolutely fine. She was like, I cannot believe that you broke your foot and you were in the gym and you're walking and you're fine. So you can literally heal anything. Anything. I truly believe it. It does take special gifts to be able to heal physically. Not everybody on this planet is meant to heal organs and stuff like that. As a medical intuitive, it does take a higher level of responsibility and respect. And it is the one thing I will tell you, medical intuition is the one thing where I absolutely will say, you are not qualified to do this yet. Because medical intuition is crucial. It's crucial. And I have had clients call me and say, I had a client recently who called me because a doctor was telling her that her baby who she was pregnant with had Down syndrome and she was going to abort the baby because she already had a baby with disabilities. And the doctor was like, you should abort this baby. And I was like, do not abort that baby. I can see that baby. It does not have Down syndrome. I do not agree with the doctors. Don't do it. She has since had the baby. The baby does not have Down syndrome. The baby's absolutely freaking perfect. That takes a lot of trust and confidence in your psychic abilities and channeling and reading energetics and medical things. And I've had many of these situations, many of them. So I'm always like, I'm going to teach you, I want to look at the energetics, but what you do with your psychic abilities is you, except for where medical intuition comes into play. It is just an entirely different beast. It is just entirely different. And I do push my medical intuitives much harder. And I make you work a lot. And you can always go do what you say, but I will say you are not qualified to do this. You will hurt somebody if you do this because you can. It's a whole different beast. But it is something that I'm phenomenal at, is medical intuition. I don't promote it. I only do it when somebody comes to me specifically. I worked with very unique clients on medical intuition, but it is totally different. I will teach it. I teach it inside my Master Healer course, but it's a totally different beast. Can you call on the energetics of a vitamin, or do you need to take it physically in the physical form? So as long as you can connect with the energetic, it's not simply calling on it. So this is where a misconception that people have. People are like, I want to connect with, let's say, like vitamin B12. Okay. I want to connect with vitamin B12. I'm simply going to call on it and trust that it's coming in. Absolutely not. That's not how we do it. You have to be able to find the vibration of vitamin B12 inside of the ethers of the energetic world, pull it forward, bring it in, and make sure it's processing through your body correctly. Otherwise, it doesn't work. You can't just say, I'm going to call on it. That is a give your power away to something else. That's not where we're moving into in the future. I also will share with you guys, which I wrote a post on this. I haven't shared it yet because we have so many posts going up. But if you are a healer, if you are destined to be a healer, and you are using healing tools such as like a Healy or any of these other tools, I don't even know the name of it, I do not use them, you shouldn't. You should not be using any of these other tools to heal your body as a master healer if you are not standing in the master healer energy at all. At all. You're just not. You should be healing your own energetics, not using an assistance of a tool. Now, if you are not a master healer, use the tools. Some of them I like, some of them I wouldn't touch, wouldn't let near my energetics. But if you are a master healer and you are using a tool, you should rethink that because you're not truly standing in your power. Okay. So yes, vitamins and supplements and herbal remedies. I give my children medication that way, not medication like your mainstream homeopathic stuff, herbs, stuff like that. You can definitely use that. And they're actually much more powerful and much more potent. You can also connect with crystals. That way you don't need to own a single crystal. You can connect with the energetics of it. I teach that inside of the shift as well as inside of the Master Healer. I teach that stuff. How do you know if I'm ready for the Master Psychic Mastermind? For one, we can always have a conversation, but for you to tell is that you're accurate in reading energetics, you're confident in your psychic abilities, even if whatever psychic abilities you have, whatever ones you have, you can connect with guides. If you can't, we work on that as well. But these are some of the things that you understand your own energetics, you take responsibility for them. So it's just a different level. You understand what gridding is. You understand how to protect yourself with energetics. You understand the basic ethics of energetics, of psychic, that kind of stuff. You know how to travel through the realms. You can tell me the difference in vibration between a celestial being and an angelic being. You can tell me the difference. You understand what entities are, that kind of stuff. But again, we can talk, and it depends how good you are. Some of these stuff can be learned very quickly. So can you help to create new eggs for women trying to conceive? I cannot even tell you how many women I have helped get pregnant. 100%. Yes, absolutely. It's absolutely, there is nothing. The only thing I will share with you, the only one thing that I'm like, can I do it? I believe I can do it. Is this possible? And I believe it's possible. I just don't want to create a situation where I'm tested in it and have to prove it unless someone were to come to me, is regrowth of a limb. Regrowth of a limb. That's the only thing that I'm like, can I help somebody regrow a limb? That is where I'm like, show me, but don't show me. Like, I do not want somebody to lose a limb, so I have to help them regrow it or something. Can you regain function in a part of your body that you lost it? Like if you were paralyzed, can you become unparalyzed? 100%. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. The amount of time it takes to do that. Like my son, I only had 3 months before he would go blind. So I stopped the process of his body attacking itself to go blind in those 3 months. That's what I focused on. And then I spent the next 3 years healing him, and I didn't rush the process. We constantly healed. We constantly checked. We went deeper. So healing can't be rushed. But that's the only thing that I'm like, can I do it? I feel like it's possible to regrow a limb. I really do, but I don't want somebody to lose a limb in order for me to have to practice on that. I just don't want that to happen. Your courses light me up way more than the laptop I was working on manifesting. This fascinates me with medical healing, considering I healed my dog's eye with a couple weeks and doctors said it would take 3 months. Yeah, I walked somebody else through healing their dog's eye as well. I walked a healer through it. The vet had told her to remove the eye, and I was like, no, don't remove the eye. Don't remove the eye. Do this, this, and this. So yeah. You have given me peace of mind with both pregnancies when things went haywire. Eternally grateful for you for that. You're so welcome. Yes, I have. So you need to take the vitamins or figure out how to absorb the energetics. Correct. Yep. Those are the two things. Absolutely. You helped me get pregnant. I know, it's so amazing. And I knew you were pregnant before you did. Many of my clients, I know they're pregnant before they are. My sister was just gone through IVF implantation. I should have sent her to you. Aw. Can you help someone get accepted offer for a house? Girl, I manifested my house. I manifested my property. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah, totally. You totally can. I manifest so many things. And they're truly like manifested. They're really unique stories I share inside my manifesting courses. The healing stories are so amazing. Is it possible for us to learn how and do it? Or does it depend on whether that's what we're meant to do from our soul blueprint? That's a really great question. So everybody is here with special, unique abilities, okay? There's something your soul came here to do. And there's something your soul is supposed to contribute to this world. So there are people who are here to work with animals and to communicate with animals and to heal animals, and they just have no desire to work with humans. Sometimes they can't even get information. I know people who are here and just talk to departed loved ones. I know people who can't channel departed loved ones. So every single person is different. I will tell you, I can do everything. There's not a single thing in the psychic world I can't do. I don't think I'm an anomaly, like nobody else can do that. I do believe that you can be taught it, as long as it's not in your blueprint that you shouldn't be and that there's only this one focus. If you have a true soul desire to do something, you can absolutely be taught it. Absolutely. I totally believe that. And I've proven it on a lot of things. So anybody has a true desire. I used to walk around, I've been psychic my whole life. I just didn't realize it because nobody told me I was wrong when I would say stuff as a little kid. Nobody. I'd see things and I'd tell my mom and she'd be like, yeah, that's okay. That's great. And I'd be like, okay, it's great. It's okay. It's fine. And my mom was super busy creating and running businesses in her corporation that I just kind of like poo-poo to the side. And I never questioned it. I was just like, all right, whatever. Or I'm having a dream, whatever. But I remember watching The Sixth Sense. I think it was The Sixth Sense. And I was like, I want to talk to dead people. I want to talk to dead people so bad. I didn't realize that I already was. I lost one of my best friends when I was 5 years old. And I've seen her my whole life. There's been periods of stretches that I haven't seen her and she's incarnated, but I have seen her my whole life. I thought I was just imagining her because I missed her so much that I was playing with her until I realized what it looks like in my mind to imagine her versus how she presents herself to me are very different, and I wasn't imagining her. But I remember just being like, I want to talk to dead people. I want to talk to dead people. I want to talk to dead people. And I can totally talk to dead people. I talk to dead people all the time. So whatever we truly, really desire, oftentimes is absolutely what we can do. So I'll leave that there, okay? I feel like I want to learn all you talk about, just not sure where to start or if it's mine to learn. I go over that inside of the shift and inside the Master Psychic, both. I absolutely will make sure you stay on your path. I have some psychics that are like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's like red ball syndrome, like monkey mind. And I'm like, nope, do this first. In my experience, if you focus on what you're supposed to be focusing on, the other stuff opens up. It just opens up. So as long as you're doing the stuff, okay? Do you offer one-off soul blueprint sessions? I do. Those are my soul destiny sessions. They're big. I have people, I don't know if she's still on here. She might have hopped off. Oh, she's still on here. Who I did a soul destiny session for in early 2022. I think maybe it was 2021, 2022 cusp. She probably listens to this session, I don't know, at least once a month. I feel like sometimes she will listen to it multiple times a week. She just keeps getting things out of it, realigning her life, like building from it. I have another client does the same thing. Like every message we work privately together, every message she go, okay, sorry, listen to my soul destiny session again. And this is what we need to do. They're huge. They're huge. So they are my soul destiny sessions. And yes, I can send you the link to do that. I can also drop it in the group for people, but they're big. They're big. And everybody who's ever done one freaking loves my soul destiny sessions. Nobody else does this. 20 pages of typed notes from my soul destiny session. They're big. They're huge. General question. If something is not meant for us, can we still consciously manifest it, like free will versus destiny, I guess? Yeah, that's manifestation. That's your free will. So there can be a lot of things that aren't meant for people. I see a lot of relationships that people are in that are not meant for them. I see a lot of businesses that people start that are not meant for them. They're not meant for their true highest good in this life. Like they're not part of their soul's blueprint, but they're living them. They're doing them every day because we have our free will. So absolutely, hands down, I see it happen all the time. And people definitely manifest things that aren't meant for them, that aren't like part of their bigger plan and their blueprint. If you're aware enough, they can help you to get to that bigger plan. And there's sometimes, like, I worked with this woman once and she was like, I'm going to get divorced. And she got divorced and it was aligned. It was aligned. She asked, and I will tell you if you should not, if it's like, no, you got to heal this and fix this. You can always do what you want. I just will show you the true energetics. And we kind of parted ways for about 6 years. And she reached out to me recently and she goes, do you want to know what I did? She's like, you look so successful. I haven't seen you in like 6 years. Oh my God, it's amazing. You look like, tell me all the difference. I was like, yeah, I told her everything that has happened. She's like, do you want to know where I'm at? And I'm like, sure, I would love to. She's like, I'm going through a second divorce to the same person because I was like, oh, maybe this isn't right. And I should remarry this person. And the whole time in my head, I knew I wasn't supposed to. It wasn't meant for me. And I just stalled my life by 5 years. And we are now going through a divorce. She said, in those last 5 years, I just heard you in my head saying, this isn't meant for you. You shouldn't be doing this. This isn't meant for you. She's like, but I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't brave enough. I didn't believe in myself enough. And I just stalled 5 years. I'm exactly the same place I was when we parted ways 5 years ago. That happens to a lot of people. I see it happen to a ton of people. It's part of life. It's part of what happens. So yeah, you can create that by your choices. I meant like manifesting houses, more pregnancies. Yeah, absolutely. All those things. All of those things. I don't care if it's a marriage. I don't care if it's a house. I see people living in the wrong place all the time. And the thing is that it might feel good, but you won't see how even much better it will feel. I remember, here's a great story. A woman had asked me what she should do with her estate, her family estate. And I had said, it's going to be super important for you to sell it. Like, you have to sell it. It's how you're going to make the most money. You got to let it go. A little bit of time went by and she said, you were wrong. I channeled on it myself and I heard that I could keep it and I need to do this and do that. And I'm keeping it. And I was like, I'm so excited for you. Like, I really am. I really do hope it worked. 6 months later, the bank took it and she lost everything. She wasn't supposed to keep it. She manifested being able to keep it. She was never supposed to. If she had done what I had advised her to do, she would have made close to $1 million. $1 million. But instead, she thought she had gotten guidance. She didn't. It was her ego. She was too embarrassed to say that she had failed, and she didn't. That chapter was closed. She didn't fail. And so she tried to keep it, and the bank took it, and she lost everything. So we can absolutely manifest things like houses, relationships, businesses, places that we're not supposed to. And the universe will always right our wrong, always. Or we'll just struggle a lot. As for pregnancies, I have a different thing with pregnancies. Babies come into this life when they're supposed to. Always. Birth and death are never questioned. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Birth and death are one of those fated things, and people don't like to hear it. They don't like to hear that death is fated. Nobody dies before they're supposed to. Nobody's life is cut short, ever. Nobody is born when they're not supposed to. Nobody is aborted when they're not supposed to. Nothing. Birth and death are always fated, no matter how they happen. Always. The soul has full control over that. Full control. That is not something you can manifest a pregnancy. You can do things to make your body ready. And there's always babies and souls who are ready to come in. You can also do things that delay you getting pregnant. And you could never get pregnant in a life, even if you're supposed to. But that birth and that death are dependent on that soul. You might not be the vessel that brings that baby in, or you might be a vessel that brings another baby in. But those are the only things that I truly believe are absolutely fated. And every single time I look at them, they always are. Can you privately give insight on how I can financially align to the shift? I am so drawn to it, but you can message me privately, Ash. Okay. All right, ladies, I have to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to go. It has been such a beautiful experience being able to sit with you and channel with you, share you guys these insights. If you guys have any questions, please, you can reach out to me personally. I am going to drop the links to all of the programs where you can find the sign up information, these different offers you have. I am going to put them inside of Transcendence Masterclass group. You can also message me privately and I'll send you guys the links if you can't find them. Okay. Or my team will. I have absolutely enjoyed this, guys. This has been amazing. Thank you guys for joining me and I'll see you guys later.